What is going on at Ubisoft? Ubisoft used to bring us some heat back in the day, from Assassin's Creed 2, Far Cry 3, the Tom Clancy games. So why is Ubisoft in a crisis? For starters, Ubisoft has been producing some mean stinkers in terms of their games. Let's start off with the latest Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a story about Vikings and Eivor on his path to become an assassin. Sounds like a cool concept, right? Well, I played 40 hours of this bloated and buggy mess that I had to just simply uninstall. My mind could not take the endless landscape and the huge maps presented to me. It was just too much. Eivor moved like a garbage truck, the parkour was the worst it's ever been, and the social stealth implemented was nothing more than a gimmick, whereas in the other games it was implemented very well. They just added these mechanics so people can just shut up and play the game, but in reality they didn't care. This was the beginning of the end for Ubisoft, as things does not get better for them. So what anticipated games came out after Valhalla? Far Cry 6? Yawn. Just Dance 2022? Yawn. Watch Dogs Legion? Dog shit. There's nothing original or revolutionary about any of these games. If you've played at least one Far Cry game, you have pretty much played every single one of them. That's how much nothing has changed. Watch Dogs Legion's bit more than it can chew, and safe to say that franchise has been put to bed. Ubisoft are suffering from an identity crisis. They don't know what to do with themselves. It's like giving a caveman a pair of sticks and you tell him to make me a fire. They're lost and clueless. Not only have the games that released up until this point have been bad, but their current development cycle has been absolutely shambolic as well. Y'all remember Skull and Bones? Me neither. This game was announced back in 2017. I repeat, 2017. 6 years. This game was supposed to add on the wonderful naval combat from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I love the Black Flag, but that game came out in 2013. It was supposed to be the next big pirate game. Now I'm expecting it to look like Following the news that this game is in development hell, Ubisoft also announced they canceled 3 other games on top of this. The only reason they're continuing to develop this game is because of the Singapore government who funded the game's development. What the fuck are the Singapore government doing relying on Ubisoft to make a new IP? Why are they funding a video game? It's like trusting a dog to behave when left alone with food at the dinner table. They're just gonna fuck it up. The Singapore government got the devs locked in a basement and are forcing them to make a game at gunpoint. It's torture. You want to hear the punchline though? The CEO of Ubisoft is blaming everything but themselves. In this one short paragraph he states, "We are clearly disappointed by our recent performance. We are facing contrasted market dynamics as the industry continues to shift towards mega brands and everlasting live games in the context of worsening economic conditions affecting consumer spending." Alright, yeah, the economy's bad, but that is definitely not the sole reason why the company is going through a crisis. Simply put, no one is interested in their games anymore. No one wants to play the same Far Cry. No one wants to play a bloated and empty open world Assassin's Creed game. No one wants to play the 80th iteration of Just Dance. You blame live service games? Elden Ring, God of War, and now Hogwarts Legacy are extremely successful single player experiences. And you want to know why? Because these games offer an experience that brings joy to the consumer. They don't feel like a chore to play. People will happily spend their hard-earned money on good product. That's how that works. This is why Ubisoft are where they are now. They blame everything but themselves, and it just backfires. It just baffles me that a company as big as Ubisoft is lacking any sort of self-awareness. So, what does this mean for Ubisoft? It's a waiting game at this point. With anticipated releases like Assassin's Creed Mirage and other IPs, we will wait and see whether or not they can make a comeback. However, I'm going to use my favorite 2 words: cautiously optimistic. We need to be cautiously optimistic when it comes to Ubisoft games. If these next few projects fail, Ubisoft are continuing to run the risk of going under or being bought out. Only time will tell. Well, that's it for my rant. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.